Hello again, fellow Yacha brothers and sisters, and I'm recording this on the same day, but since I usually do live streams on Tuesdays, I'm gonna make these videos an hour long. But since Return of the Earth Defenders has finally been finished, and I'm ready to read it to you all, I'm gonna do 2 videos of these. So, I already read you guys the prologue, chapters 1 and 2, it should already be uploaded. So here's the thing, I tried to insert my intro into this video, but my phone just crashed on me for no apparent reason. So I'm not gonna be. So from now on, there's not gonna be an intro of these. We're just gonna get straight into the reading. But for those of you who can't handle the other chapters, there's the door for you. So let's get right back into this. This will be chapters 3 through 6. And so let's get into it. Chapter 3. Old Friends Reunite. Godzilla swam to the first ally he thought of, Mothra. His best friend, ally, and the smart guy of the team. My nose is itchy. Finding Mothra was easy. On Infant Island, getting him to have those tiny fairies to convince him to go in was not easy. He finally arrived near the island as he resurfaced from the sea and walked to the shore. Now, where were those fairies? His question was answered for him as something hard hit his face. He looked down. That was their biggest boulder? A tiny human-sized pebble? Please, that was nothing. Before he could say anything, the fairies then lowered their guards as Mothra arrived. You don't seem to be wanting to attack our island, Mothra said. Hardly. I actually came to bring the Earth Defenders back. Ancient met can tell us our destiny. Destiny, Godzilla told him. When do we leave? Mothra asked. Right now, Godzilla replied. I'm in, Mothra said. The fairies wished Mothra well as he followed Godzilla off the island. Who's next? Mothra asked. We need to find Baragon next. He was last located in a foreign country, Godzilla replied. I can help track him down, he told Godzilla. 5 Astro Seas later. Godzilla and Mothra were arriving into the strange dirt-like island. The island just had many fields, which meant lots of dirt, sky, and ocean. Mothra halted, still hovering in midair with his wings, as Godzilla broke from the ocean's waters, as he rose from the ocean travel. They both began to look out from the ocean as they walked to the island's shores. They looked around the island, and had no sign of Baragon hiding. Suddenly, a purple kaiju head popped out from under the ground. Hey guys! What are you all doing here? Baragon asked. We're here to read the Earth Defenders because we found creatures that seem to know our destinies, Godzilla explained. Deep. I like it. Are we going to face dangers? He asked. How does the alien armada sound with their intent on shrinking us to a height of 9 feet? He asked. Cool, I'm in. Let's get going. Besides, my life has gotten boring, Baragon said as he jumped out from beneath the ground. Good. Now let's find Anguirus, Godzilla told them. 5 Astro Seas later, 'cause why the heck not? Godzilla, Mothra, and Baragon finally arrived at the shore of this strange island with its strange valley and this unique mountain. Way to be specific. Mothra flew, Baragon burrowed, and Godzilla swam. Somehow, they knew where they were going and when to stop. Well, we're here. The question is, where is Anguirus? Mothra asked. A huge hill was created in front of them out of nowhere, as Anguirus' spiked shell burst out from the sand, along with the rest of them. Does that answer your question? Baragon asked. Godzilla? Back for another fight? Alright then, come on! Anguirus said, as he charged at Godzilla ready to strike. Godzilla simply sidestepped, avoiding Anguirus' attack. Hold on, Anguirus. I'm here to talk, Godzilla talked. Anguirus, I'm here to talk, Godzilla told him. I don't talk, I fight, Anguirus replied, as he charged again. As Anguirus prepared another attack, but Godzilla sidestepped again. There's going to be no reasoning with him, Mothra told him. Fine. If it's a fight that will clear your head, then bring it on, Godzilla replied. Anguirus fired his wind breath, but Godzilla shielded himself from Anguirus' attack. Anguirus then tucked himself into a ball and launched himself at Godzilla. Godzilla primed his tail, then slammed it at Anguirus, knocking him into a mountain. Dang! Piles of dirt, rock, and ash broke from the surface. Anguirus untucked himself and landed back on the ground. Think that's going to stop me? Anguirus smirked. No, it's just to slow you down, Godzilla replied. Anguirus then decided to attack with his claws. Godzilla's dorsal spike plates glowed bright neon blue. Oh, here we go! As his radioactive fire unleashed from his mouth, putting Anguirus out of the fight. You wanted to talk? Anguirus said out of breath. Ancient creatures say to know what our true destiny is, but in order to find it, we must to take on both the mutants and the aliens. So we need the Earth Defenders back together. So you were just a practice fight, huh? Looks like we're up to some unstoppable odds. If we need something, we need Rodan, Anguirus told him. The odd bunch of Kaijus began their journey to bring their band of brothers back again. Anguirus was lucky he could swim as he traveled with Godzilla. Mothra flew near them in the sky, while Baragon tunneled from below. They arrived at yet another island, where they guessed Rodan would be. Godzilla and Anguirus broke the surface from the ocean, arrived followed by Mothra and Baragon. The island had massive mountains that stretched miles into the sky. Ah, you're kidding me. We gotta climb? Anguirus asked. Looks that way, Mothra answered. How do we even know Rodan is here? Anguirus asked. They heard a thunderous boom in the sky as they saw a massive sonic wave strike the ground as piles of dirt and rock clattered against Godzilla's skin. There's your answer, Godzilla replied. So, who's going to scale this thing again? Anguirus asked. Actually, I have a much better idea, Godzilla said. He lit up his dorsal spikes with the glowing energy and fired a small beacon into the air. A loud screech was heard in the air as they heard the giant flap of pterodactyl wings in the sky. That got his attention, Anguirus said in alarm. Rodan landed hard with his feet folding his firing wings inward and landing with harsh impact that made a small. Think he's gonna fight us? Anguirus whispered to Mothra. Think he's going to fight us? Anguirus whispered to Mothra. Rodan only looked at the group, letting out a sigh, and spoke. I was wondering when we would get the band back together, Rodan grinned. It's good to see you again, Rodan, Godzilla told him. The feeling's mutual. So, what's bringing our band of brothers back together? Rodan asked. There are ancient creatures that I have come in contact with that claim to help us find our own destinies, Godzilla told him. Rodan's smile faded as he told them his reply. Strange. I have been unsuccessful to find my destiny. Perhaps they know something I don't, Rodan replied. Only one way to find out, Godzilla said, as all of them left for their intended destination. Chapter 4. Battle of the Kaijus. The Earth Defenders finally arrived where the ancients had told them to go. Think you can defeat us again, Godzilla? A chilling evil voice rang. Brother, Godzilla growled. Brother, Space Godzilla answered. Remember me, Godzilla? Destroyer sheared. Never got the chance to beat you up, brother, Batra said to Mothra. More like I'm the one who's going to beat you up, Batra, Mothra sneered. This is getting savage. Think you are clever enough to stop us? Meteor said. You better watch it, brain drain. Brain drain. Oh, actually, that could be kind of savage if you knew your enemies, I guess. And Gears answered, time to add a little volcano to your plans, Obsidious chimed in. Does that even make any sense? Like you could see me with that hideous face, Baragon snapped back. Well. You didn't think I'm going to let you two have all the fun, King Ghidorah screeched. Time to shred some flesh, Gigan shrieked, rubbing his twin chainsaws together. Whose organ do I get to absorb? Orga bellowed. Okay, that's creepy. So we're all here, Godzilla said. The question is, who are the Earth Defenders going to team up with? The aliens or the mutants? King Ghidorah asked. How about none of you? The Earth Defenders will take you all on, Godzilla growled. So a three-way battle. This ought to be fun, King Ghidorah growled. The battle began as Godzilla took on King Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, and Destroyer, while Mothra took on Batra and Gigan. Anguirus took on Orga, while Baragon dealt with Megaguirus and Obsidious. Do you really think you can take on the three of us, Godzilla? Space Godzilla grinned. The fight will be challenging, but the outcome is the same, Godzilla replied. The four clashed brutally. Space Godzilla lifted up Godzilla with his lightning gravity beam, but was knocked to the side by Ghidorah. Ghidorah then took a rush blow to the chest from Destroyer, which slammed him into a building. Destroyer then cried out in pain as a tail attack slammed him into Ghidorah, knocking him down even further. Ow! Space Godzilla fired his forked lightning at Ghidorah, and This forced Godzilla backward while King Ghidorah was smashed into 3 more buildings. King Ghidorah then fired 3 lightning bolts from his mouth, bringing Destroyer, Space Godzilla, and Godzilla to their knees. Destroyer retaliated by blasting King Ghidorah with his energy beam while picking up Godzilla with his tail and slamming it down. Enough! Godzilla shouted, triggering his nuclear invincibility pulse. Ah! King Ghidorah screamed. Ghidorah, Destroyer, and Space Godzilla screamed as the blast knocked each of them 50 feet in the air. While still in midair, Godzilla's atomic radioactive fire unleashed from his mouth, striking his 3 opponents. My computer! His 3 opponents. Space Godzilla was thrown downward into 2 buildings, destroying them and forcing him to take a breather. Destroyer was thrown into a building face first, impacting the ground hard as he ate the dust, concrete, and dirt. King Ghidorah was barrel rolled into 4 buildings, getting up as his middle head spit the dirt out of his mouth. Batra and Mothra collided with each other as their winged attacks smashed against each other. Gigan came in, knocking them both back with his chainsaw. Let's see how long you two will last, Gigan grinned. Rodan then grabbed Gigan with his toe claws as he flew 30 feet in the air. Did you forget about me? Rodan asked. Let me go, bird brain, Gigan growled. As you wish, Rodan grinned as he threw Gigan into a few buildings. After a few barrel rolls, he came to a stop, spitting the dirt out of his cybernetic mouth. That's it! You're going down! Gigan growled. I like to see you try, Tin Can, Rodan replied. Orga threw building after building after building after building at Anguirus, but could never hit his target. Ah! Stop it. My phone. Stay still, Orga growled. Nah, how about we play some knockout soccer, Anguirus growled. He tucked into a ball and revved himself into Orga's chest, making him dizzy. He then ricocheted off the wall, slamming into Orga's chest, knocking him into the air. Still in midair, Anguirus backflip kicked Orga, sending him higher. Anguirus then kicked him hard into the face, then fired his wind breath at Orga that knocked him into a building. Megaguirus and Obsidious double-teamed Baragon, forcing him back a bit. Baragon growled and vanished underground. Your underground ability does not work on me, Earth Defender, Megaguirus stated. Obsidius then fell into Baragon's dirt trap, then thrown into the air. Baragon leaped out from underground, then kicked Obsidius into Megaguirus, knocking both separate buildings. I wasn't aiming for you, Baragon growled. Suddenly, a loud rumbling was heard from below. The Earth Defenders Gigan and Orga were grabbed from underground as a giant kaiju figure emerged. Nice timing, sister, Space Godzilla grinned evilly. Didn't think I'd let my brother have all the fun, Biolante said. So the family is all here, So the family is all here, Godzilla choked. Sorry, brother, but he took care of me more, Biolante growled. You know that is not true, Godzilla told her. You know that is not true, Godzilla told her. There's nothing I can do about it, Biolante replied. 3 giant lightning bolts went right through Biolante's neck. She let out a screech, letting the others go as she vomited her own kaiju blood. Ooh, hang on a minute. Be right back. You puny mutants always seem to forget everybody, King Ghidorah bellowed. Biolante lashed out with a vine, knocking Ghidorah back. Time for your medicine, he says, as he fires a shrink, putting her to a size of 9 feet tall. King Ghidorah then shrank Destroyer to a size of 12 feet, and Batra to a size of 9. Oh, excuse me. Brother, I know for a fact that our battle remains in play. But if we do not unite against our common foe, Godzilla spoke to Space Godzilla, King Ghidorah will destroy us both. Space Godzilla finished for him. Mothra, Baragon, Rodan, and Anguirus kept Gigan, Orga, Megaguirus, and Obsidius. Space Godzilla shocked Ghidorah before he could use his shrinking weapon. The shrinking weapon was knocked from one of King Ghidorah's mouths. King Ghidorah fended Space Godzilla off with his lightning and began to crawl toward the weapon. Godzilla tackled Ghidorah, constantly punching the back of his middle head. Ghidorah smashed Godzilla with his wings from both sides, then threw his opponent into a building. King Ghidorah crawled to the building, finally picking up the alien weapon. You have annoyed me for the last time, Godzilla. Now I will shrink you down to size and stomp you into black jelly. King Ghidorah growled as he charged up the weapon at Godzilla. Say goodnight, Black Beast, King Ghidorah growled as the weapon discharged. Godzilla instantly reacted as his radioactive fire collided with the shrinking weapon. Ghidorah forced the energy harder, but a final push from Godzilla made the entire weapon shatter like glass. A giant wave of green energy exploded, destroying much of Tokyo, creating a crater in the center. Godzilla, the Earth Defenders, the aliens, and the mutants woke up from the blast. The weapon was destroyed. Godzilla was now 9 feet tall, as well as all the aliens, mutants, and Earth Defenders. What have you done? King Ghidorah shouted in shock. I did what was necessary to save the planet from you, Godzilla said. You fool! You've shrunk us to a height of 9 feet. Do you have any idea what you did? King Ghidorah roared. I defeated a creature who wanted to destroy the world. This isn't over, Godzilla. You will pay for this. I still have my power, and one day I will have your head, King Ghidorah said, as the aliens fled into hiding. I'm counting on it, Godzilla replied. We're not done either, brother, Space Godzilla sneered. When you defeat the aliens, I will defeat you, Space Godzilla growled as the mutants also went to hiding. So now what? Anguirus asked. They both heard clapping as the same blue glowing source appeared before them. Bravo, Godzilla, bravo. You have all found your destiny, the ancient told them. But what was our destinies? Baragon asked, confused. You all just did it. You were all created to protect the Earth and the humans in it, the ancient explained. I never thought that's what our destiny was, Ronan grumbled. Now you must each use your powers together, as friends, as brothers. I'm sure that when you recover the artifacts, you will continue to make your ancestors proud, she said, then vanished into thin air. They heard the Japanese military approach. So we're the good guys now, huh? I could get used to this, Anguirus grinned. I guess we're late to the party, the general said. As a matter of fact, you are, Godzilla commented. So, like the new size difference, this means it's going to be easy to capture the enemy Kaijus, the general grinned. I wouldn't be sure of that, Godzilla warned. You guys are tearing up Tokyo too much. Can't you guys take it down a notch? The general grumbled. Only if you got a base of operations for us to use, Godzilla suggested. Bah! I know a place, the general answered. Okay. Apparently this isn't chapters 3 through 6. This is gonna be chapters... Wait, how long is chapter 5? Okay, chapter 5 we'll do chapter 5. Godzilla stood in the small hover ship as it flew cloaked to its chapter 5, our new home. Godzilla stood in the small hover ship as it flew cloaked to its intended destination. Mothra and Rodan flew hidden along them outside, simply because their wings could not fit in the ship. Next stop, New Manhattan, the pilot shouted as the ship silently hovered across a dark alley. The Earth defenders touched down silently, the rough concrete digging into their strong toes. Except for Mothra, who just hovered above the ground. Godzilla vanished underground with the Earth defenders. The sewage waters were disgusting, but the Earth defenders didn't seem to notice, as they closed towards a large open area that was full of cobwebs, and rats screeched as they hid from the approaching creatures. Well, I guess this spot works, Anguirus said. Ah, man, a place like this will take forever to clean and fix up, Mothra groaned. Unless we Kaijus put more than our backs into it, huh? Baragon winked. First we gotta kill the rats, Mothra said. I got it, Anguirus said as he rode into a ball, crushing all the rats in the area, leaving their blood and organs stick to the floor like roadkill. Gee, man, that's just one way to do it. Just run him over. Now how are we going to clean up the floor? Baragon asked. I got you, bruh, Mothra said as he activated a passive surge of rainbow-colored ice that covered the entire room. Rodan then used his fire elemental powers to melt the ice, revealing a nice shiny room. They all began to move furniture in, put doors in, have rooms of their own, even the guest quarters in case they ever had visitors. As they placed a TV, a speaker, even having a garage, Godzilla attracted lightning from above, then delivered it into the systems, powering up the entertainment center. Perfect, Anguirus said, as all of them collapsed on the couch in nearby chairs. "Man, I'm beat. I guess that's one way for us to get a good exercise," Roran said. "Hey, Baragon, you got something to eat? I'm starving," Godzilla growled. "Don't worry, I got some American money from the general. So we'll go out for pizza," Baragon asked. "I'll go pick it up," Anguirus said. "Are you crazy? You could blow our cover," Godzilla warned. "Don't worry, all, G-Man. I got you. Besides," Anguirus said, as he put on a getup that made him look like a private eye as it hit his face and his hand-like claws. "The night is my disguise," Anguirus grinned. Well then, that was Return of the Earth Defenders, chapters 3 through 5. Hope you all enjoyed. This is going to be Predator 2525, signing off.